Hi there, welcome to another edition of the LLM Diaries. You're here with me on Busternet as we focus on Gloucester City today. Well, one thing I have to start doing a bit more. If you see all these 55%, these guys don't play, so they don't even. I don't even like look at reserve matches. I should start doing that a lot more if I want to get my team challenging for the title. Jack Damon is injured after our last match, so this is a bit of a disappointment. The one thing I wanted to do. Basically talk about just before we start the show is contracts. You want to make sure that your top players, by the time you hit December, you got them all you got to put them on contracts. You got to make sure they don't have out of contract, because if they are really good, like in this case particularly it's like Matthew Brackley, he was out of contract. I just renegotiated his contract. 16 goals out of 20 appearances. You can bet your bottom dollar somehow or another some team is going to ask for him, especially when the transfer window starts in January. So you do want to make sure that you get your players on contracts as soon as you can. So that's one of the first things you want to do. The second thing you want to bear in mind is that when we started the season, our team was ranked 1,000 to 1. Now the odds have changed. It's not 550 to 1. So we're no longer favorites to go down, but now we're 20th, 550 to 1, and our odds are improving. So you also want to bear in mind that come December, your team is going to be faced with teams that may try different things. The tactics will change, and sometimes they get harder to beat. Like here, we just played Brackley Town in home and away in the FA Trophy. This was a very hard match, and then against Flight, we drew 1-1 again. So now we're facing this spell in December where teams are going to be a lot harder for us to beat, and one of the teams that we're going to be we're playing now is going to be Brackley Town, and I'm assuming the same thing is going to happen here. So Jack Damon is injured. It's a bit of a pity. Well, I use this 4-2-3-1. I have a video that I've done on the 4-2-3-1. This largely is down to my patrons. Thank you very much for kindly donating to my channel to keep it going. Some of them have been asking me about a 4-2-3-1, so I did a 4-2-3-1 video for them, and now Torino is using a 4-2-3-1. We are using a 4-2-3-1, but our 4-2-3-1 is all different. I make small changes here and there to my 4-2-3-1. This 4-2-3-1 has been set up to hit hard with an AF, challenging the defensive line, and a winger on attack to keep him company. And we've got Webb in the middle. He's a DLP, so direct passing. So I try to work the ball up as quickly as I can. Sometimes if I have a packed midfield, I convert Okitu, who's a fullback once upon the left flank, into an inverted wing back. That's to bring extra numbers into midfield. But again, people ask me this question, like, when do you go defensive structure or control structure? Like I said, it's mentality is risk. Shape is about transitions, right? So I will decide based on the game itself whether I need more players to go up and attack, whether I'm doing enough to control midfield, whether I'm winning the second ball, stuff like that before I make a decision. And now in December actually is the worst time for me because I get very angsty, so I'm not really sure whether or not I can pull off a win. The pressure is on me right now because I have to start looking at keeping my winning run going, and that's where I start making mistakes because I'm almost afraid to try something different. So I default on more defensive systems. Now we're playing Brackley away from home. So I don't know how they're going to be setting up. So let's look at the preview. I think Brackley's overview is they're going to go with a 4-1-2-2-1. So before I even submit my system, because they 4-1-2-2-1, I probably can stay as a fullback on support. So here we go. Yeah, 4-1-2-2-1. I'm gonna be looking at the second ball. If I can win the second ball, then it'll be good news for me. This period of time is always a tough period for us. I have to be very, very careful of the end of the season, the middle of the season rather, in December. Thomas to Avery to Hanks. This start of the game, I'm looking more at how my players get up and attack and how our shape is and whether or not we're too deep. If we're too deep, then I'll be able to tell during the transition. Okito out wide, crosses the ball in, but there's nobody to pick the ball up. Not bad. Looking that first here again, I'm going to be looking As we play this ball, Thomas to Webb. Okay, I'm looking basically at a transition because we're now going into the attacking transition about now because the fullback hasn't started moving yet. Okay, so we're still in the midfield transition. Webb to Kodwika. So you can see that no one has moved into an attacking transition. Brackley to Isaacs takes a shot. The two fullbacks, they haven't bombed forward, so this is largely due to their mentality as well, the amount of risk they're willing to take. Joe Hanks, oh, what a ball to Malcolm. I don't believe the ridiculousness of that corner. Nobody to get to the ball. Downey now. Okay, now my players are done. Okay, so the first 5 minutes look okay. Here Odero wins the ball. Brackley drops really deep to lend the midfield some support. Isaacs again, now that was an attacking transition. You saw the fullback bombing forward. Yep, that's a second phase, and the team is looking into turning the midfield possession into an attacking transition. Okito bomb forward when we had control of the half. Wakeman with the ball. Avery clears the danger. Weaker couldn't get to the ball. Walker again takes a run. Hangs it really well. Okito back to Webb. Out to Kodwika. Kodwika is probably going to launch a pass. Webb deep line playmaker on direct passing. You can see that he won't. He will only play that pass if players have gotten into attacking positions. Alternatively, the mentality tells him what to do. Don't take too much of a risk. Alright, 4-1-2-3 DM wide, that's what they're using. So most likely standard or control. So we're gonna go now to extended highlights. So far nothing much. Free kick, Webb to Isaacs. Ooh, lovely. Wait, he couldn't do much with that. Pressure and Luvu plays it out wide. Okito is in a race with Armson. Armson beats him. Armson gets near the box. It's gonna be Odero does really well with that. Okay, good defending from Odero. All right, Thomas to Hanks. Hanks out to Webb. Webb takes a shot. Okay, we're gonna now push up to counter and stay on structured. Mentality still slightly higher. So now I'm taking a bit more risk with my ball, how I work the ball. Hanks to Kodwika. Oh, what a pass to Brackley. Brackley shoots, forcing a good save from Wakeman. Oh, that was a very nice pass. Joe Hanks to the corner. Cleared, but Kodwika will pick this up. Puts it into the box. Odero is offside. Leroy Odero. Easily now my best defender. Fastest defender. Downey to Walker. Walker to Walker. Low. Out to G Walker. Oh, this is good play from Brackley Town. What a save from Jasper Singh. We give up a corner. At this point, I'm pretty happy with our defensive line. 30 minutes. Defend, boys. Isaacs. Only to Low. I keep thinking it's Sid Low. Burn. Okay, forced back. Anali and Luvu. Back to Walker. To his brother Walker. Downey crossing it in for Jasper Singh, but Jasper Singh gets to that. I'm gonna stop calling him Walker and Walker. Let's see what their team is. Brackley Town. They've got two Walkers in the team. One is Adam Walker and the other is Glenn Walker. Okay. I wonder if they're related. Adam Walker. Yeah. Going back to the match now. We got Adam Walker and Glenn Walker. Here we go. Okito with the ball. Gets it to Webb. Webb to Kodwika. Isaacs. Back to Kodwika. Out wide to Okito. Okito crossing it into Malcolm. Malcolm all the time in the world, but he cannot find the shot. Plays it back to Low. Walker again. Now Avery. Low. Adam Walker. Out to and Lovu. Glenn Walker now on the flanks. Still Gloucester City comfortably. We have control of the game, but still, one other thing is I know that their midfield is a bit isolated from the defense. So I'm gonna tell my boys that I don't keep working hard. Okay, we're gonna move up to standard now. Low to Adam Walker. And I'm gonna throw more players into attack and drop my defensive line to normal. Kieran Thomas with the foul on David Moyo. Okay, we got several things I'm gonna do right now. One of a few things. Inverted wing back on support. Tell him to have a higher closing down settings. Okay. Hoping that this will give Hanks more time on the ball. Thomas to Webb. Webb, what a pass to Malcolm. Into space he goes, but it's a ridiculous cross. Or a time goal. Burn to Adam Walker to Nlovu. Nlovu finds Low. Oh, this is dangerous. Nlovu is into space, gets Armson. Armson shoots only just wide. Alright, yeah, we'll keep it on standard and fluid. I'm getting more players involved in transitions. Now I'm looking at my players as well. Not many good performances. Joe Hanks with a free kick. Oh, what a goal! I can't believe it. I almost choked. What a free kick. I don't expect a right-footed player to score from there, but what a free kick from Joe Hanks. We've finally broken through Brackley down. This is just a set piece. Joe Hanks, it took a deflection off the wall. Hanks, what a goal. What a goal from Joe Hanks. Sammy rate 6.4, 6.5. These are not good ratings for me. I know 6.4 is a terrible rating to have. And then Tom Webb 6.9 is okay. Joe Hanks to the corner now. Plays it short to Kotwika. Kotwika out wide to Bradley Isaacs. Can he shoot? Oh, it's blocked. Kotwika back to Okitu. Oh, the defenders did really well. The numbers they have in the box. Avery. Oh, this is dangerous. Who's that first? Odero. Speedy Gonzalez is back. Isaacs now. The game is opening up a bit more. Malcolm. Because they've gone into an attacking system as well. Okitu to Kotwika. And we have got the numbers in midfield. We're keeping the ball pretty well in the final third near the golden zone. Okitu to Webb to Kotwika to Isaacs. Good play. Shoots. The boys are using the half spaces a lot better now as well. Okay, here we go. Jasper Singh with the goal kick to Okitu. Okitu to Hanks. Hanks to Webb. Webb to Isaacs. Man, Isaacs, come on. Don't pass like that. Adam Walker. We've got Odero in the midfield. I just want to make sure I don't have Okitu there as well. Downey out to Moyo. Moyo is inside the box. Shoots. It's well wide. Both their fullbacks are now attacking. Both their fullbacks are not attacking fullbacks. Or rather, I think one of them is on the right flank. Downey to Pitt. And Lovo shoots from range. It's not going to threaten our keeper. Jasper Singh to Okitu. Okitu to Avery. Again, we're not getting the ball out. This is not good news for us. Avery clearing the ball to Dean. And Kotwika gets it to Webb finally. We did enough. Berkeley to Isaacs. Isaacs, he's going to have to pass it to Kotwika. Yes, and does that. Kotwika now to Okitu. Okitu can't do anything with the ball. Avery now. Back to Thomas. Thomas cuts inside, finds Berkeley. Yes, come on, use the spacers, boys. Malcolm to Thomas. That was a very good run by one of the players into the space inside the grid, right in the penalty box. But unfortunately, they couldn't find him. Isaacs again. Oh, Isaacs is playing really well this second half. Thomas crossing it in. Downey clears the danger. Back to Okitu he goes. The repurposed fullback playing pretty well as an inverted wing back. Okitu now takes control of the ball, tries to find somebody. Berkeley to Isaacs. Isaacs shoots. The youngster should have scored from that. It was another great move. The boys exploiting the half spaces so well now towards the final parts of the match. Kotwika out to Hanks. Again, Hanks looks up, looks around, finds Webb. Good positioning. Kotwika. Okitu to Malcolm, can't be cleared, and Odero reads that, picks that up, finds Kieran Thomas. Brackley have gone into an attacking mentality, but they still can't work the spaces as well as we can. Berkeley shoots, Wakeman forcing a save. Okay, this is getting nervy for me. All right, okay, what am I gonna do? I don't want to lose possession of the ball now. Retain possession. Don't roll from positions. Okay, boys. Okay, Joe Hanks, 87. Web. Oh, Wakeman saved that. Okay, we're gonna retain possession. Try our best not to give it up easily. This cross, Okitu headed it out. It's we have a few minutes left now. It's time to do something else. This is called wasting time. We got Dean Pooley. Dean Pooley will come on for my DLP Tom Webb. It's another way to waste a bit of time. Bit back to oh my goodness, Moyo almost got an equalizer right at the death. Now we have to defend the corner. All right, Adam Walker with the corner. In the air it goes. Avery clears it to Kodwika. Kodwika can't do anything with the ball, but Thomas puts it into space. These boys are just defending right now. They've gone attacking, shoots from range. There's not much time left on the clock. We're just under a minute. We're holding. That's all we're doing. Sing. Jasper, same with the goal kick. He's tying his shoelaces, having a sip of the drink. Plays it Okitu. Okitu goes okay. Finds Kodwika. Come on, boys. Another 1-0 win. This is the season of the 1-0 wins. Kodwika, what can he do? He plays it to Pooley. Pooley plays it back to Joe Hanks. Joe Hanks back to Okitu. Control of the midfield. In this zone, my goal was to control this grid, all these half spaces on the left. That's what my goal was in this match. Joe Hanks to Pooley. Pooley to Brackley. Again, we are moving the ball around, trying to open up that little zone. Pooley. Back to Avery. Yes, it's enough. Gloucester City have beaten Brackley Town away for the first time this season. It's actually a very good result for me because I was not able to do that earlier this season in the FA Trophy. They were so much more harder to beat. Here we go. There we go. Brackley Town. Away in the FA Trophy, we couldn't beat them. And then at home, we managed a 2-1 win. So now we've come off that draw with Flight to beat Brackley Town 1-0. Courtesy of a Joe Hanks free kick. Joe Hanks special. What did I do in this game? Okay, so essentially, it was a simple problem that I had. I had a problem with the zone in front here. I needed to, when I'm attacking the opposition, I wanted to have more chances created here. The best way for me to show you is probably go to the match here, 1-0. Okay, so what I really wanted to do with against Brackley Town was to control this area. I mean, I wanted to create scoring positions from here, assists coming from this area, opening up this zone here in front of this entire zone here, to open this entire zone up. So I actually pushed an inverted wing back up, and because the inverted wing back now is playing so high up the pitch, could get in okay too, is actually creating a third passing outlet. So we're basically overloading this side of the pitch, the left hand side near the penalty box, which is a half, which basically is a half space. So I was taking this I was controlling this entire half space and trying to pull their players away so that I can create space for others to work that golden area here so that we can try and score. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad performance. And yeah, I am happy towards the end. The small little change helped. And we've done pretty well. And we've managed to get the win over Brackley, a win that I was so desperately after. I always play with one central defender who's very, very fast. I will make it a point to find him. Leroy Odero is already in this team. He comes to this team. So I was lucky to have him. But when I went to the Assman to ask who should be playing in my games, the Assman always pick Avery and Damon. But I can't have Avery and Damon both playing because Avery and Damon, between them, Avery is actually very slow. And Damon, well, he's slightly better, but he's not that much big of an improvement over Avery. So my priority was actually to get somebody with lightning acceleration, and I picked Odero to start all the games. And now Odero is probably, along with Jack Damon, not the two best performing centre back combinations I have. Odero and Damon. So what you want to do, there are three elements to preventing a cross in the game. Okay, the first thing you want to do is make sure that you have enough support players and you have the right kind of players in your as playing on the wings so that you can shut down crosses. You can't prevent all the crosses, but you certainly need a strategy where you combine the right combinations in terms of roles on the left in order for you to do that. I mean, I've written about combinations before. Many people have written about combinations, but combinations, you got to think of them more than just a combination. I know a lot of people have written about combinations in the past, and it's not a new topic. Neither is it a unique topic. Okay, but when you want to use combinations, you got to use them very well, and this is where you have to think in terms of partnerships. You have to think in terms of your support duties as well. So here in my book, I talk about how you have to decide, how do you decide on support roles. So in my book, I write that if you want a team that always comes back, then you need to have the right CRA for your support duties, right? So here in this particular case, I have a CRA for my defend duties. So for my defend duties, for them to play really well as defenders, I am looking at only these attributes: tackling, position, anticipation, concentration, bravery, pace, acceleration, and marking. Now, some people probably have others. I don't care about the rest. Okay, for me, I only look at the first thing I want to find is a really fast defender. So I go acceleration and pace. Very good. Then if he has anticipation and positioning, oh my goodness, I've struck goal. This is the one I mean by the struck goal. Now, if you notice one thing, Odero has the worst concentration. He's got 5. So this is where I have to partner him with somebody who's got higher concentration levels. So this is the reason why I use Jack Damon as opposed to Sam Avery. So I need somebody who has better concentration than he does to play 90 minutes. So your combinations in terms of, it's one thing to say you need a fast and slow player. That's easy, all right? Those combinations are common sense combinations. But when you set up a combination for defending and preventing crosses, then you got to think in terms of the actual work that they're supposed to do and the defend and the support duty. So when the next time you have a problem preventing crosses, then that's what you have to be able to do. So the next time you sit down and think about your players, you think when you're thinking about combinations, it's not a simple matter of just picking, or you got to pick a support duty here, and then, you know, I've got advanced forward, therefore I need a winger on attack. Now, that is all common sense. All right, that's what I'd say, what I mean by common sense. Okay, whenever people think about combinations, it's okay, fair enough. You got the basic combinations in the game. Plenty has been written about basic combinations. I don't have to go into them. I do deal with them in my book, but I'm more interested here in the core roles, the core attributes required for each duty to perform. That is the trick. That is the key. So if you want a pair to work together in defense, then if you got one guy who's very fast, then you need another guy to compensate for the first guy's weaknesses. So this is where I look at Odero and Damon. Odero very fast, Damon very good concentration, but also decent defender. Okay, I put them together, and it was been working like a gem. So we prevented a lot of crosses. And then out on the flanks, I've got guys who have good concentration, acceleration. They close down other people. So when you think about creating combinations in your team, think in terms of their duties. Then from their duties, go and look at their attributes. And then from the attributes, pick the ones where they work together. So that's basically it. In my book, I try to put the whole thing into one cohesive package, and I also look at how you set up attacking patterns and defending patterns as well. You get the book by donating to my channel, and you get all kinds of other perks too. So if you want to find out more about this, please visit www.patron.com/busternet for more information. You can also look me up on Twitter @busternet, and I look forward to hearing all your comments and questions. And thanks for keeping the comments going. You guys are you're giving me a lot of impetus to keep this show going. So I want to thank all of you for the time taken out to watch the show. You have my appreciation. You have my appreciation. Please have a good one. You take care. Bye bye.